I am Asian Runner, and today we're going to be talking about if this, the Nike Zoom X Tempo Next Percent, is really the replacement for this, the Nike Zoom X Pegasus Turbo 2. I'm Asian Runner, and this is the channel where we talk about all things running, we review shoes, gear, and running experiences as well. And today I'm going to be talking about one of my favourite shoes, which is the Nike Pegasus Turbo 2, and comparing this with the Nike Zoom X Tempo Next Percent. Now this Tempo Next Percent is a new shoe, only released in Asia at this point, not yet released in USA, Europe or Australasia, and we still don't have a release date on these shoes as yet. And also, as a disclaimer, I'm not sponsored by Nike and I do not receive any endorsements from them at all. Now, the Pegasus Turbo 2s are actually one of my favourite shoes, and I apologise for the loud colourway. This is the Hong Kong colourway of the Peg Turbo 2s, which are supposed to mimic the bright fluorescent lights of Hong Kong that it is well known for and that night running. Now, the Pegasus Turbo 2s have a lot of features that some of you may know about. It's got a very light upper, and the main feature is this midsole, which is 100% Zoom X, and it does not have a carbon fiber plate or anything inside. And the marketing is that it is a marketed version of the Pegasus because of that Zoom X foam, which is supposedly giving you 85% of energy return. And I use these shoes mainly for my medium tempo work and also some of my recovery runs as well. And I really like this shoe, and I've done about 500 kilometers or so in this shoe already. But trying to market this as the replacement for the Pegasus Turbo 2 is a bit of a jump. This shoe is quite different, and the main difference is once again in that midsole. Sure, there is Zoom X, but there is a lot of differences here. It's got a nylon plate inside, React foam in the heel, and those Zoom air pods at the front. And so because of that, it actually changes the type of shoe, the geometry completely. Now you might be using it for similar kind of work. Now this shoe is mainly used for your tempo work and your speed work, and that's what it is designed to, that's what it's designed for and designed to do. So if you're training, you have a component of that faster work, and these are the shoes that are supposed to get your foot and your body used to this type of shoe, so then you can put on a Nike racing shoe on race day and already have the benefits of all your training. But this is hard to see that this is going to be a replacement for the Pegasus Turbos, because the Pegasus Turbos, although it does have Zoom X, there are so many differences, and I really feel that is a different type of shoe. It also looks like that they are probably phasing these shoes out. It's already August now when we're recording this. They initially released the Pegasus in August, the Pegasus Turbos that is, in August 2 years ago, and did a refresh around the same time. And the fact they haven't released anything like a Pegasus Turbo 3 or anything similar at this stage means that it's unlikely they're going to refresh this range, and they might even phase it out altogether. And I think it'd be a shame if they were trying to replace the Pegasus Turbo 2s with something like the Tempo Next Percent, because I feel that they're very different shoes. So what would I recommend? I'd probably recommend that if you do love this shoe, which I know a lot of you do, particularly because they're lightweight and they are responsive and they've got the Zoom X foam, then I'd be recommending that you go out and get a few extra pairs, because I think that they'll drop in price, and if they do suit you, particularly if they're fit well, if you've got a longer foot overall, or you like the fit particularly of the upper, then you're going to pick up an extra pair of these shoes, because I don't think that they're going to be around much longer. Now there is some report and some early photos on the internet about a possible replacement of the Pegasus Turbo 2s being a Nike shoe called the Hyperfly. Now the Hyperfly is supposed to be another lightweight shoe for middle distance training, and one which has a ZoomX foam as well, a lightweight upper, and then supposedly a carbon plate underneath, and with different tread on the bottom. The tread being much more similar to the tread of the Next Percent Alpha Fly and the Tempo Next Percents, to just give you that extra kind of grip and more emphasis on that forefoot tread rather than the Pegasus, which have an outsole which is pretty uniform all the way through. And so whether the Hyperfly ever comes out or not, I think it's, we'll have to wait and see. If it does come out, I think that would be the replacement for this shoe, and it'd be a very exciting shoe as well, and one that I'd like to pick up and probably use as part of my training regimes, particularly in those medium pace runs and potentially some recovery runs as well. So yeah, so they're just my thoughts then on whether the Zoom X Tempo Next Percents are really the replacement for this, and the answer is definitely not, because they are very different shoes. But I'll be interested to see some of your thoughts about the Tempo Next Percents, about what you think about whether these could be a replacement for those type of training shoes, or whether you think, no, this is going to be a different shoe altogether and I'd use it for completely different purposes. So, as always, go Asian, go runner.